All right. Good afternoon, traders. You should see my screen. You should hear my voice. You should be able to talk, chat, message me and each other. If anybody wants to venture forth and let Stephen D, thank you. Thank you. Hello, Sandy. Good to see you as always. Let's give it a couple minutes. I mean, look, it's an amazing crew. Don't get me wrong. I'm looking forward to the chat. However, um, yeah, let's just see if we give it another minute or two. How's everyone feeling? How are you trading? How are your trades doing? What's good? What's not as good as you would like it to be? Yada yada yada. You guys are so quiet. We need participation. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in. Let's just go. And I trust that everyone will be like, let's do it. Officially, good eve or good afternoon. Welcome to Options Income Launchpad Weekly Market Wrap. I'm Scott. As always, let me remind you that what we do is for education and illustrative purposes only. Um, Nothing intended as a recommendation to buy or sell any security or financial product. We're not brokers or advisors, so we don't give personalized investment advice. Any decision made based on any information from us or our platform should be done so at your own risk. We'll market analysis, we'll revisit posture, mindset for trades over the weekend. What are we looking for next week? What's on our full list looking like? And we're getting ready to wrap up section 5 routines. Already about to wrap up another circle on the loop. Always moving, always progressing, always improving. Uh, Trades are doing good. Have to admit you were correct about not going against upside like AAL. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that one was an interesting one. Lionsgate starting to see a little bit of move as well, if you notice here, as we were looking for. Good afternoon, Charles. Good to see you. You took that one. Good. I liked it. So I've got 1.5 pieces now, and we'll see what happens. John's in there. Okay. Love it. Love it. Love it. Let's see. Well, I mean, that one's looking good, obviously. Good start, gave plenty of opportunity and then made a good move. KMI, Kinder Morgan. Okay. Let's go to the S&P first. Anything new to speak of here? We did have sell volume on this day. Below average, below average, below average. Yeah, right. Not even going to get close. And you'll notice we gapped down from here, but then have moved up all the way and then some of the way, but right here in this vein, and all of this closing prices is higher than there, right? It's still holding up. Stochastics is still pinching. And then all we need is a little turn and we're back in business. Yeah, only one volume day and it was a sell. I agree. It's going to. Was I already negative? If I'm already negative, it's not going to change it. If it's not negative, it will. Yeah, I'm going to go negative. I will indeed be going negative. Um, let's see. What else? Long term's going to drop. Anyone else want to weigh in on theirs? Or excuse me, not long term. Volume is going to drop. My volume is going to drop. And you'll notice that it's going to be, let's draw the line. I mean, it's slightly negative. That makes sense. If that one drops off, nope, that's the one we'll be using for sure. This one will drop off. We'll use that one. That's what it'll look like. Negative 0.25 makes sense. Not horrible. Not spectacular. Long-term score going to stay the same. You can see we are dropping into the red, but I would not change my score even if we dropped to here. That is the red lines are the score that I'm on right now. So great. That one looks fine. That's going to stay the same. I think this is going to keep dropping. I'm at 1.25. Yeah, I thought I should have. I'm definitely dropping that. Did I talk about dropping that one last week and then I didn't? Because I feel like I might actually have to drop that a half a point. It's really not showing 1.25 right now. I would love to hear from anyone in our small crew, but I don't think it is. I mean, at best, it looks like this. Um, this is when we were scoring it quite favorably, and you can see that we've clearly broken that. I wonder if I should have dropped it back here. Maybe I didn't because it held up, but I feel like this thing might need to drop a half a point to a 0.75. And I think that I'm a little ahead of the game there, which is fascinating to me. I'm comfortable with my 125. This is going to drop a little. This probably is. I don't see how the Oracle is at a 175 still. It's going to have to drop a half a point at least, if not more. Yeah. Okay, so I think we are on track for at least a half to a quarter point drop as of now. As of now. Let's go look at the VIX. Let's go look at the VIX. Where are you? Um, it went the wrong way, but not enough to lower the score. It's actually still working on a lower high. It never achieved it, interestingly. So if you notice, we didn't take out this. It got close, but it didn't. And then it was here, and then it was here. So it's just kind of in this little struggle after popping up. And so I kind of think it's like this, but it hasn't completed it yet. But it's in a good place to now. It doesn't have to get below this anymore. It only has to get below this line representative of today's low. And that'll finish this and put us into a good spot where that will actually get better. It didn't do it this week, but even though the VIX is up a little bit, it's not up enough for me to be like, "Oh, I'm going to no, it's actually a muted response relative to this one." Right? We didn't smash higher, we moved higher. And that's significant. That's not going to get worse. It's also not going to get better, but if anything, it's leaning more towards getting better than getting worse for me. Sector rotation, we seem to still get more favorability out of financials and industrials. I think that could pop at any given time. Major market, I just don't think it's gonna take a little longer still to get that to a one. So I think my score is gonna drop zero point 0.5 to 0.75. 3.5 to 3.75 will be my final score. Um, but the VIX is holding up okay. I mean, that's not bad. Wavering around a little bit in the force is okay. If it's like figuring things out without any kind of like a big, even big consolidation, let alone a correction, then I think, okay, that's reasonable. That's reasonable. Oh, okay. Any questions or thoughts about shifts? I'm going to be very, very interested in seeing what the Oracle does. It feels like it's just holding on to that bullishness where it's like, hey, it's been quite a little while since we had that now. And you're still like, oh, I'm a five. Five? I mean, you can dial it back a little bit. If I were to predict, and I want to hear everybody's predictions, um, I'm going to predict a 3.75. Nope, I'm going to predict a 3.5. I'm gonna have a 0.75 drop. Still not enough to like flag any like, oh, watch out, right? We at least a point. If we drop or rise a point, we see those as a bit more significant, where it's like that's more meaningful. Three-quarters of a point is still just sort of fluctuations as it dials in to whatever its new conditions are gonna be. Steven, Sandy, anyone else? You're calculating sector rotation, and then we'll give. Okay, okay, fair. I'd love to hear both the breakdown of your individual SR and your final market posture prediction. Okay, onward and upward. Let's go look at some other things that are in place. Starting with the calendar. So this week, what happened? GDP came in a little better than expected. That's good. That's good. Personal income, a slight increase. Good. Spending, I mean, spending moving higher simply continues to put inflationary pressure, though it wasn't much. You can see PCE month to month dropped a little bit from zero point 0.5, but we achieved as expected 4.1. And that's our first foray back into four. Everybody is now definitely speaking increasingly about potential rate hikes from the Fed as opposed to the desired cuts that have been discussed and thrown around for a while as we transition to a new chairman Pressure is definitely on to the upside, while the internal pressure is probably still a little bit to the downside, though I wonder if they've realized, yeah, that's not going to happen. What else? 3.3 as expected, 3.4 up a little bit as expected. So when you get rid of gas and food, but you can't just be like, oh, and you're not paying for gas and food, it looks much better. You're like, well, but we do pay for gas and food. I always laugh at the quote unquote core numbers. Raise your hand if you don't in any way use gasoline and or food. I missed my guy Goolsby, Austin Goolsby, on the Chicago Council of Global Affairs and being awesome. What else happened this week? Anything eventful to discuss before we move on? I didn't think there was. Nah. Okay. Let's go look at next week's events. On Monday, nothing scheduled. Tuesday, dropping. Okay, so you also think of a 7.5 drop, and you'll be at a 4, and I'll be at a 3.5. Fair enough. Reasonable. I'm assuming that means your sector rotation went unchanged in your estimation and analysis. It's the first week of July, so it's employment data. So on Tuesday, we're gonna get job openings. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Job openings and labor turnover survey from May. I guess is that the job openings? I didn't realize it was a lag by a month. Okay. We don't have predictions yet, or not predictions, projections, which are basically predictions. We don't have projections yet. Last month was 122. We don't have what they're thinking for this month's ADP. And then, of course, if you jump to Friday, oh no, wait a second. What is, oh, Friday is, oh, this is all kinds of messed up. Let me get oriented here. We do have jobless claims. Okay, it's getting pushed. It's getting pushed to the second. Last time we had 172. We don't know yet, but Friday is Independence Day observed since it falls on a Friday. So, but I do believe I need to figure out, is the stock market closed on Friday the 3rd? Does anybody know the answer? I need a better upcoming calendar. 2026 market holiday market holiday calendar. US 2026 Friday, July 3rd. What's closed? Everything? Is everything closed? NYSE says Independence Day observed. Yes, closed. NASDAQ closed. Okay, we are closed. So another Friday closure. That should give me enough time to get the Thursday afternoon session in place. I'll work on that. Um, I will work on that on my end for sure, but we will Plan for that and plan for next week being another short week. So we do have job openings on Tuesday. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Moving the wrap up to Thursday at 3. Indeed, sir. ADP jobs report on Wednesday, private payrolls, non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate, weekly jobless claims on Thursday. Friday, nothing scheduled, nothing open. Okay, we're on it. Let's go take a quick peek at the Fed watch, and then we're going to go through our watch list today. Gotta say, I'm starting to worry about the lifespan of this Friday afternoon session. I would miss it terribly. We just aren't getting as many numbers as we used to in here, it feels like. Yeah, I know. I love the wrap up. Like I feel like this is where I come to some final conclusions while we're talking almost every single week. And then I'm like, okay, yep, I'm gonna go close this many, or I'm not gonna close any, or I'm gonna tighten my stop, or I'm gonna talking through it, just sort of processing like, okay, well, this week I see my posture dropping a little. Well, it's not great, but I've got a couple of trades that are doing well. And anyway, thank you, Stephen. I agree. Missing a great crew, great discussions, very intimate, private setting. It's like candlelight, like a candlelight, uh, you know, cigar, cocktail, hanging out, processing the close of the market. That's what we're doing here, I feel like. I mean, look, it's cocktail hour somewhere, getting very close to the East Coast anyways. Okay. You can see that even for the next meeting, which is July, we're now only 2-1 and the one, so 2-1 in favor of staying. But the probability that we have that exists outside of staying put is for an increase. Then we go to September. Boom. And you can see at that point the probability favors an increase, and the next probability comes in for a second increase. So now you have this plus this in favor of at least one cut, if not two. That puts you at 1.5 to 1 relative to staying. Then we go to October. And in October, it gets even worse, right? Not a ton. You get a bigger distribution where you're like, still only one cut favor or one hike favored, but getting pretty close to getting even odds. And that's where I think we may find ourselves for December. So let's just go one more time. I think I could probably leave this. Oh, close. And you can see it's now almost 4-1 that we have at least one hike, and better than 1-1 odds that we have a second hike. So at this point, the market's really starting to price in the favor of the probability of at least one, if not two, rate hikes. Okay, let's take a quick peek at our weekly performance. What's good, what's not this week? Technology, other than Micron, is no. There's a little bit of like non-semi, like AMAT did okay, but the rest of this is like software, Uber, Salesforce, ServiceNow, ADP, Adobe, Datadog, right? Then you have like but a lot of this was not doing very well. Communication services. The big one's horrible. Entertainment horrible. Telecom did okay. Right, there's a little bit. App 11. Ooh, App 11. Consumer cyclical. The big 800-pound gorillas were horrible. A lot of others did okay. McDonald's, no. Healthcare, very strong. A lot of money went into healthcare. A lot of money flowed into healthcare. Utilities did well. Some financials did well. Some did not do so well. Um, Kind of mixed bag as far as that goes. Okay. We have a good sense. Let's go to our watch list. AAL. Steve C still had a piece of it, but I don't think there was many others who did. Turned out to be a pretty exceptional trade. Good stuff. Met the target and then some. Now what? Booking gains, waiting for pullbacks, looking for another bite at the apple because apples are delicious. Speaking of apples, this apple was less delicious. A little recovery, but I think everyone stopped out well before that. ADM sideways, maybe trying to go. Applied Materials, pretty good. AMD, Amazon still down. APO. Oh, look at APO. That was one that I had put on for financials. And it's just that fast, it's gone. I'm not interested. Something that can't find support. That's not bullish. ASX looks great. I mean, not for a new trade, but setting up after this pullback. For me, that was my trade, and now a little bit of this consolidation going on. We'll see if it actually turns into a pullback or if it is able to, work its way up and break through again. I'm good either way. Either one of those I would take. I'd take that one with a stop here. I'd take that one with a stop here. And either way, I'm looking to get another one of these. I like the way ASX looks. ASX looks. I think we've had two trades on this one, but I've taken three, and some people maybe even four. Some people took this one. I did not. AXTI, no. Bank of America, not yet. Earnings coming up soon. BNS, the options were borderline, so I left it, but they're definitely borderline. So eyes wide open, borderline options. You've been made aware. BTD or Bitdeer Technologies. I don't know. It was feeling pretty good, and then it just sort of turned sideways. I don't know if I think this one is making a ton of sense necessarily or not. Citigroup, I think, looks great for a trade. I'm going to look for one of these. Let's reverse into, whoops. Let's reverse and let's double that. Let's say I need it to go before earnings. I don't have a lot of time. I've got a couple of days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. By Wednesday of next week, I need this thing to be moving into position. Otherwise, earnings are going to come upon me too fast. You can see last time earnings was a great motivator, good bullish action. I'm looking for that one. Caterpillar pulling back. Coors Core Scientific, maybe. Cisco, boo. I closed my Cisco. It broke support. There's no hiccups. There's for me, especially on a declining market posture. Lost on that one. Sometimes you eat the bear, and sometimes the bear takes a chunk out of you. I know sometimes people hold these, but my advice, that I don't give because we don't give advice, but I don't like when things break support, even if it doesn't happen on big volume. I just don't like it. Could come back. We still have a pretty decent posture, even with our posture declining, but rule is a rule for me. CSX looks fine. Triggered yesterday, moved a little higher today, still holding on to some of today's game. So that one looks fine. Delta was the second choice to American. That one made a pretty good move too. Dell stumbled without making a new high. We'll see what that means. The diamonds sideways. FTX looked like it was trying to make a move and then immediately reversed. FPS maybe setting up for something. GE not yet. Gold down. Gold General Motors maybe not yet. Google no. Goldman same thing. And the same with Morgan. It's not Citi or Goldman or Morgan. It's Citi or Bank of America. Then it's Goldman or Morgan. I'll take one or the other or both. But if you look here, let's go take a peek at Morgan. Which one looks closer? Still time. I still have a day or two before market, so I have until the 14th. And Goldman is the 14th as well before market. So they're very similar. I think I might like Morgan better. I think Morgan has better options. Morgan trades an average of about 6 million shares a day. Goldman only 2.5. Yeah, if I were determining between those two, I'm gonna say Morgan looks stronger to me. Give me your thoughts on that, you guys. I think Morgan is definitely looking good for a setup. I think Citi is looking good for a setup. I think financials has looked increasingly strong. Early indications going into next week are for at least one financial trade. HPQ, no. IBKR, there's a financial. There's earnings coming up. Intel could be setting up high ball, but there's plenty more expensive than Intel. IWM, a little overextended. JCI, sideways. KLAC in a consolidation. KNX. I was looking at KNX. I was looking at it. I didn't end up pulling it yet. I'm still looking at it. Lionsgate holding up, looking pretty good. Come on, Lionsgate, do your thing. Do your thing. Let's get another smash higher. It's been smashing well. Let's see. Let's see. Lumentum, big fall down 6%. LRCX down 5%. Lunar maybe trying to stabilize a little bit. MetLife again. Where is MetLife located? MetLife is located in the financial sector. Meta down. Monster up. Marvell sideways. Morgan, as I said, looking close. Microsoft trying to take a stand after a huge sell-off. Micron down 5.5%, giving back half of their gotten gains from earnings announcement. Netflix, nope, we did it. Nvidia still down. NBT maybe setting up here. I think there could be something here, possibly. Oracle still trying to find a bottom. It's an interesting market. PENG earnings, I would be looking for a trade on Penguin, but those earnings are coming up quickly, so we may or may not get that opportunity presented to us. Palantir trying to recover, but off of new lows. I don't think there's much there. NASDAQ is down almost 1%. Riot. It made a move, but not the move. But there certainly at this point has ran out of steam and is now in consolidation. Rocket Lab trying to stabilize. Let's go visit our new friends. SpaceX. Chopping around near the entry levels. Interesting. RTX, no. Silver, a little recovery. SanDisk is down 8.5%. So volatile, these ones. So volatile. See, I don't know. I look at this and this looks like the market could be poised for a bounce. Tell me I'm wrong. Hi, Janie. Good to see you. ST Sensata Technologies. We were looking at this one, but today you are breaking through the old lows. You are breaking through the 50-day moving average. Volume is not heavy, but it's enough that I would be concerned. We'll see if this one lasts on the watch list or not. STM. This is ST Microelectronics. Still looks viable. It's been chopping around, but it's been chopping around at some highs. So I think it's still viable. STX down 11%, choppy as hell. TD Bank maybe setting up. We like that. There's some more. Same with T. Rowe Price. Ooh, T. Rowe Price made a move. I did not see that one in time. Tesla is down. TSM, I think, looks like it could be setting up for the next move. The cycle for the chip stocks is all kinds of like, there's not like they all move at the same time. They're fluctuating constantly. So if you see one where you're like, this one looks like it's moving, but the rest of them aren't, that's fine. That is absolutely fine. TTMI setting up still. I like this. UPS sideways. Bullish dollar index pulling back a little, but still bullish. Viking Cruises made a good solid move higher. Now it's at resistance, overextended. We're very close to the end of the list. Tell me if I missed any that you're in, any that you're thinking about, any that you've recently closed. We have a small group, so we've moved pretty quickly today. Up good in Apple. Okay, very nice. All right, I got a few. Let me finish these and then I'll get to the list. Let's go VSH. I still think that's viable potentially for a new trade. WDC has made a big pullback. Could have another trade coming. Walmart, nothing for me. Okay. Jamie says Lind, Lind. Lindblad Expeditions. If you're already in it, I love it. I would absolutely carry it. Now, if you hadn't taken any yet, I would be taking some profits. Because if you look at like this move here, you kind of had this little up consolidation, and then you got that whole move, and then some. but it also looks phenomenal. You've got big volume 3 days in a row, closing near the highs 3 days in a row. Stochastics pointing up, still looking good. So here would be my take on this. If I had a piece of this, if I like say I had 5 contracts, I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to take at least one, maybe two, and lock in a beautiful Friday gain. Then I'm going to tighten my stop and be like, let's see what I can get with the rest of these, and back to technical going into next week. If I wasn't in this, I'd be thinking, what a great move. If this thing consolidates, I'll try to catch the next one. um, Nice to hear about the Apple VSH. That's on our list, right? I think VSH looks viable for a setup still. It a little underperformed on its last move, but it did still make a higher high. It certainly underperformed what you'd be looking for on this one. We didn't end up we built it, and some people may have taken it, but at the end of the day, it's still here. So I'd be thinking if this thing turns, then I'm going to look for this again. If I'm in it, I probably would have taken the loss when it broke heavy down. But if you're in it now, I'd be saying, hey, as long as it doesn't break support, let's give it the chance to see if it bounces into that next opportunity. Zion and CFG. Zion's Bank, a Utah-based entity. That looks pretty good. It's a little bit stalled on this last move. We had a flag type pattern here, and then it popped out of it, and it looks like it's like, ooh, now it could still move, but you'll notice you didn't see one of those when it did this. Tends to be pretty disruptive and possibly then starts the next move, and then you're like, well, now maybe we'll get the big one again. If you're in it, I'd be careful not to let it drop too much. If you're not in it, I'd probably be waiting. You can see your stochastics cross down. Okay, let's go to CFG. Okay. CFG, Citizens Financial. Very similar. I mean, almost identical, right? It's one or the other. They're both showing these not quite engulfing, but dark cloud cover candles, right? Where you can see it started up here, and then by the end of the day, it's almost all the way. It's just a dark cloud. Doesn't look great. Now, you can see here we had an engulfing, consolidated for a few days, and then it went. Here it consolidated down a little bit, and then it went. So, it could be just like a brief thing, and then it takes off. It could be a little bit more pronounced. I would certainly be watching these. I think they're viable. I definitely think they're viable. In APPS, let me go take a look. Janie, APPS. Digital Turbine. Okay. I love it. What would I do with this one? I would potentially think if I haven't taken any yet, it's at a new high on a Friday. I'd be like, hey, maybe I can take a piece, not again a small piece. If I had 4 or 5 contracts, maybe only one. Lock in the gain. The momentum looks good. Your stochastics is moving up and opened up. train track style. Um, Today's a big candle. It's not really a big volume day, but it's good enough. So, yeah, I like it. I think that there's, if we wait until we're like, oh, maybe now I should take some, you're waiting and it's like not good. That's why, Fridays, a good level for some gains. If you have some good gains, then you might think, all right, I'm going to take a small piece and then I'll carry the rest of this. And that way, if it continues higher, you're like, I'm glad it was only a small piece. But if it does reverse, you're like, hey, I'm glad I got a small piece at the best time. And now I can go figure out what to do with the rest of this. So managing mindset as much as it is managing the trade. Been doing covered calls on APPS. It gets into the money and before expiration has a tendency to drop. Okay, that's I'm assuming for the standard options. Third Friday of the month. Is that right? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Very cool, very cool. Well, that is everything that I had. I don't want to keep anyone just to chat until the bell rings. If you have any other stocks, give them to me now. Any questions or comments, give them to me now. Otherwise, we will be meeting Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm going to continue to throw out at everybody else. Make us part of your Friday afternoon. It's a great way to wrap up the week, to feel good about what your portfolio looks like before you go into the week. At this point, when we're done here, I don't like, oh, now I'm going to go. I'm done. I don't look at it again until Sunday morning when I look at it with you guys. So yes, Stephen, question. Go ahead, give it to me. Thank you, Vladimir. Thank you, Charles. Have a good one as well. Also, anyone who was like, you know what, I'm gonna take Scott up on his offer to, or his idea to watch the men's World Cup, only to watch the debacle of a game that I apologize. I apologize on behalf of the entire program. It was what a horrible display of complacency and hubris and like why do something that just leaves everyone like what we just gave up the game in the last few seconds and just oh boggles my mind. Yeah, John, I'm complaining about it. I'm saying it was a huge unforced coaching error. Why would you do something like that? So much now Bosnia is like, oh, we could take these guys. It's fine. Yeah, the USA lost in literally the last seconds of the game. We were down, we were struggling, we finally equalized, and then we were just like, oh, I guess it'll be okay if we have a tie. Literally, the commentator's like, you know what? This isn't as bad as people think. It's okay that they tied. And then, like 8 seconds later, they buried one with like 8 seconds left in the game. They score a goal to get the win. It means nothing to them. It's their only win. They're going home. All they're doing is going home saying they smashed us, the home country, last game. They motivated themselves better for a pride game than we could to be like, hey, we're serious contenders. What a debacle. What a disappointment. Yeah, no, he did not play his best players, which is just insane. It's silly. Like, you don't have time to find and fix continuity. You are in the tournament. Like, oh, let's tweak this and play. Horrible. I don't love it. I don't love it. So, all right. I have not had a chance to play with the file yet, Stephen, but I will. I definitely will. It's great to see everybody. I hope you have a great weekend. I will see you guys Sunday morning and as always, happy trading.